So what I am going to show you now is how to integrate using your calculator in the method you must use on the AP exam. So recall, we want to integrate and find the total area of the function x cubed on the interval -2 to 1. Now, total area is the absolute value of our function, right? We need everything to be positive, and portions of our function are below the x-axis on our interval. So just to remind you of that, here is the function x cubed on the interval from -2 to 1. So there is the portion of our function that's below the x-axis. If we were to integrate this right now, we would get a negative result. Here's the portion above the x-axis, and if we were to integrate right now, we would get a negative result. You probably can't see my cursor. Now, let's go back to y equals. What we would like to integrate for total area is the absolute value of this. So we can get absolute value by going math, moving over 1 to the right to the num menu, and ABS stands for absolute value. I'm going to choose that, and I'd like to consider the absolute value of x cubed when I graph it. Now, every portion of my graph is above the x-axis. I just need to calculate it. Now notice I put my function in y1. Right? So with my function in y1, if I'd like to integrate this, again I'm going to hit math. I'm going to scroll down or choose option number 9, function integrate. I want to integrate, and so this is the order. It goes function first. So I'd like to integrate the function I have in y1. So I'm going to go vars, shift 1 to the right, y vars. I'm in function mode, so I'll hit enter, and I want y1. So y1 is the function I will integrate, comma. What is the variable you'd like to integrate with respect to, or with dx in this case? So I'd like to integrate with respect to x. I'm going to put x there. It's almost always going to be x when you're in function mode, comma, my limits of integration. So I want to integrate this from -2 to 1, close parentheses. So again, I'm integrating the absolute value of x cubed with respect to x from -2 to 1. When I hit enter, I get 4.2499639. Now why am I not getting 4 1/4? The reason we're not getting 4 1/4 exactly has to do with the program that our calculator is running. And so you just need to understand that this is going to happen because it's using a certain algorithmic method. Right? It's using an approximation method. Notice if we were to round this to 3 decimal places, we would have 4.250. And for AP purposes, you always will round to 3 decimal places. Right, so we're off by, I don't know, maybe a millionth, maybe a lot more than, a little less than that. And that's due to the method the calculator is using. That's the process you would need to use in order to integrate using your calculator, and always round your answers to 3 decimal places. So in this case, the written answer would be 4.250.